Hi, this is Irene of Aging Younger, and in today's video, my 26-year-old son and myself are going to share our viewpoints on the recent trending news about Robinhood, Reddit, Gamestop, WSB Group, and the Wall Street hedge funders. So, it will be from the perspective of both the young and the senior. Alright? The situation now about the Reddit and GameStop is, what do you think? Is that okay or is that not okay? What are your thoughts about that?
I think that it is okay because that's basic. Short squeezing is what investment bankers and firms have been doing for the longest time. It's just now it's being done against them because they bet against they bet on a surety, and people out of spite have decided to bet against surety and enforce insurety, basically by elevating outdated mediums and things that are actively going to see difficulty. They're showing the market that people as a whole have, by and large, enough effect that they can affect the market in a very real manner.
You know what they say about the internet being the greatest equalizer when it comes to wealth, because it takes out the hierarchy. Example, any small-time Filipino, for that matter, can make millions of pesos on YouTube, so it equalizes everyone. You don't have to have, Ivy League education or experience or whatever that is, and you'll still make a lot of money when it comes to the internet. So that's the good side of it. But the bad side is that it also can promote fake news and all those scary things that they are trying to promulgate through the internet that doesn't have any basis. So that's the downside of it. What are your thoughts on the matter with regards to the usage of the internet? Because for me, being 62, I still appreciate the usual brick and mortar source of getting wealth or obtaining abundance, So you build something and then you sell it, and in the process, you employ people, you buy materials like, construction materials, employ laborers, that kind of thing. I believe in that. But with the internet, with what's going on, you can make a whole lot of money from selling online through Amazon, or even just having a very popular podcast or YouTube. So what are your thoughts on the matter?
Your statement is inherently rigged with difficulties, because even if the internet is a great equalizer, it all comes down to education, application, understanding, and appeal. All of those things will govern whether or not you are successful on the internet. And although brick and mortar does have its appeal, it also has its sticklers. There will always be a base for it, but that base will never, whether that base is survivable as a source of income is variant upon what you do different. Yes, delivery and convenience has ruled because it is the easiest way by which we can manage our society. It's the easiest way by which we can attain comfort while maintaining our own comfort. You know, we can get things without leaving the surety and safety of our home in an already terrible world. So, your statement with regards to success and the internet being a great equalizer, the answer is yes and no there. The internet is a tool, a resource, but at the same time, it is inherently, the term is a sword with no hilt, because your hand can very easily slide onto the blade, just as it's very easy to be misled by so-called experts and people who understand the internet, and those are the inherent difficulties there. Other than that, it's about education, learning how to establish and brand your work, how to reach out, how to make your work appealing, and how to build an audience. Because many companies have risen and fallen on the dependency of viewership. They believe when they buy old YouTube channels that they buy the viewership, but it's not the company or the brand that people stick to. People stick to the people. People will continue to follow people regardless of what form they take. So when you take the human aspect out of it, you lose the audience and the family that's being built there. That's why people who are devoted to channels that were based off of original YouTubers are oftentimes more devoted to their following, as opposed to people who watch like James Corden on YouTube or Trevor Noah on YouTube. There's a certain amount of respect there, but it's different from the inherent community building aspect that YouTube actively uses to maintain and build an audience. Aside from that, brand deals and the usage of sponsors is something that can only be picked up with a good amount of popularity. Love minimal trading now for...
So, what do you think of the move of Robinhood to disallow the buying of this? Because obviously something's going on, and they're just protecting the other. Because it's like a
yes, but you have to realize when people get into investing, especially on stocks, they understand inherently that they're going to lose money on it. Like, it's essentially unregulated gambling, because that's what you're doing. You're gambling on market trends and market analysis. Now, what's fucked up there is that Robinhood markets itself as the investment app for the people. You know, it actively says, "Oh, this is the easiest way that you can invest on your as a civilian person." Have stocks always been confusing to you? You don't need a business degree in order to la. That's what they advertise as, and that's what they've been advertising as for the past couple of years. And the surety and accessibility is what they advertise. But by denying the common man the ability to inflate stocks, the ability to buy stocks, it seems like they're forcing market trends. They're inherently cutting off the legs of a free and clear market, something that they inherently have been fighting for and lobbying since the beginning. But now that civilian people are actively able to force market trends the same way that Wall Street is able to, it all of a sudden becomes an issue. So inherently what Robinhood is doing is stupid, because they're going against their own base, they're going against their own capabilities, and they're joining a sinking ship. They're joining the people who are going bankrupt because they bet again, because they're actively trying to bet on surety, when human stubbornness and spite can always succeed over surety. There is only so much market trends can do when faced with the spite of angry people with nothing to do.
Love for Gamestop, because most of these people probably patronized the store before when they were growing up.
It doesn't mean that they did the same thing for Toys R Us when Toys R Us was in business.
That's true, but true. But so why did they do it for GameStop?
Because the markets are down. The rich get richer, and they're forcing people who are already, because the world is a shit place. The only secure people right now are the rich, and everyone else is forced to drudge and dig through whatever remains are there in order to get their share of what they need. And so a bunch of people decided, a bunch of people with sufficient understanding decided that they knew how to spite Wall Street and make a little money on the side at the same time. So they short squeezed. They bet against the bets that Wall Street made. We wildly inflated the stocks of GameStop, AMC, Tootsie Roll, a whole bunch of companies that aren't exactly popular or building building stock right now. And by short squeezing and inflating the stock price, they're making it so that people who bet against it, people who bet against them, i.e. the hedge funds and the people who already have millions upon millions of dollars, who have multi-billion-dollar companies that do nothing but gamble essentially on market trends the whole day, we're getting the raw end of the deal. Several hedge funds have been bankrupt, but at the same, but I can't really feel bad for these hedge funds because these are the same people who will bet against businesses and then condemn those businesses. The same people who, like the entirety of your stay here, whatever. These are the people who, when you talk to them and you say, and they tell you the difference between me and you is that I can invest my money. Well, these people invested their money, and then apparently they're doing it the wrong way, and then now it's their fault and it needs to be regulated. When a free and clear market is what they've been fighting for since the establishment of Wall Street, since the establishment of the stock market and its prices.
So you mean to say they can do this for Amazon as well?
They can do this to any company they want.
So that's power. So much power.
It's the betting for and against of trends. When enough people get behind a trend, regardless of whether or not it's popular, it will still make money.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to Aging Younger channel and comment below if you want to see more of those videos. By the way, I created a cooking channel too. It's called PINOYS Abroad KUSINA. If you're into cooking and you want to learn more recipes, check it out.